Donald Trump loves to accuse all of the people that he hates of somehow committing mortgage fraud like it's the most common thing for criminals to do. And for most of us, that's always seemed a little weird, right? Like, why would you just assume all of these people that you hate are committing a very specific form of mortgage fraud? For example, like with Letitia James, she took out a loan to buy a property, and they said, aha, but you claimed it would be your primary residence, but you rented it out. Like, that is a very specific and exceptionally rare form of mortgage fraud. Yet, they've basically accused Letitia James of doing this. They say that Eric Swalwell may have done it. They think Adam Schiff may have done it. All of these non-connected people committing the exact same type of fraud, which of course the DOJ has been unable to really get anybody on it because none of them actually did it. So why do they think that all the people are doing this? The answer is simple. Like everything else in Donald Trump's life, it's pure projection. Because it turns out, according to a new investigative report from ProPublica, Donald Trump basically did that in the 1990s. When Donald Trump was famously going through all of his bankruptcies because all of his businesses were failing, he came down to Florida in the areas near Mar-a-Lago, which at the time was a private residence, not a resort. So he bought a house for $525,000. And he told the lender, Merrill Lynch, that yes, this is going to be my primary residence. Don't you worry about that. I am not going to rent it out. And yes, that was stipulated in the mortgage documents. You got to live here for a year before you can rent it out. You can't just give it to somebody to live in and they pay you. That's not allowed. And Trump said, no problem. Signs the documents, gets the mortgage. That was in December of 1993. 7 weeks later, in January of 1994, he bought the house next door. Also got a mortgage from Merrill Lynch, and they were like, you promise you're going to live here full time? This is your primary residence? And he was like, yeah, absolutely. Just like the house I just bought with you guys is also my primary residence. Let's not be silly. So he got the loan, he bought the house, and then wouldn't you know it, he never lived in them and instead rented them out. In fact, the one he bought in the January month, he rented that out a couple years later it was listed at $3,000 per day. Per day in 1997. But he signed the documents. Documents were very clear. You have to live here. You cannot rent it out from the same bank. But he didn't live there. And he did rent them out. That's mortgage fraud, according to Trump himself. That is the self-same thing that he thinks other people should be locked up for, and yet he was doing it throughout the 90s. Now, don't worry. I mean, obviously, we've got statute of limitations type stuff here, so he's not going to be prosecuted even if there was anybody willing to prosecute him. But that explains why Donald Trump thinks everybody else did it, because he did it. When you're a criminal, you assume that everybody else is also a criminal. When you do something, sketchy, you assume other people do it too. And that's why this very specific and rare crime is the one that Donald Trump is trying to accuse everybody else of doing, because he was doing it throughout the 90s down here in Florida. That explains so much about why that man thinks these other people were doing it too. As is always the case, everything with Donald Trump is pure projection. Whatever he accuses others of doing, whether it's mortgage fraud or weaponizing the government, you better believe he's the one that actually did it. 2025 is almost over and we're falling into the same trap again, waiting for January 1st to start something new or learn a new skill. But here's the truth. You don't need a new year to make a new start. AI was one of the most in-demand skills of 2025, according to the World Economic Forum. Yet most of us didn't learn it. And that puts us at risk, not just of falling behind, but of being replaced. You still have time to learn AI and step into 2026 as a more skilled, smarter, and employable individual, and you can do it in just 2 days. Let me tell you about the 2-day live AI mastermind training by Outskill, the world's first AI-focused educational platform, happening this Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern on both days. And the timing is perfect because they have their year-end holiday offer going on, so you can get in absolutely free instead of the usual $395. Outskill is rated 4.9 out of 5 on Trustpilot, and this 16-hour live experience by them has been attended by more than 10 million worldwide professionals like you across fields from marketing, finance, engineering, and data, mentored directly by AI experts from companies like Microsoft and NVIDIA. And the best part? This training isn't just about learning tools. It's about changing the way you work. You'll learn how to use AI to simplify your daily tasks, build AI agents that plan, create, and automate your workflows, design AI automations that connect tools like Sheets, Notion, and CRMs to save hours. You gain ready-to-use AI systems for your job, business, or freelance projects. But learning those skills isn't just enough. The most important part is knowing how to monetize them. Outskill's learners have launched AI-powered businesses that even built weekly revenue models worth $4,000 to $5,000. Not just that, you'll receive bonuses worth $5,000, including a prompt Bible, which is a roadmap to monetize AI, and a personalized AI toolkit builder if you attend both the days. This Christmas, gift this opportunity to someone who you think could benefit from learning AI, as it could change their career in 2026. Seats are limited. Grab yours now via the link in the description, and make sure you join the WhatsApp community to stay updated before the big blast.